we put that there? Ah, it kind of worked. Let's see. One problem is, I did decide to just pop the teleporter immediately here. That might not have been wise. We'll see if I can heal through it. I might die here. We'll see how I do. But yeah, not a single combat, mobility, or defensive item here. Just pure gusto. Might be a couple of things I can pop, but we'll see. So there's one item I can grab at the very least. Did I get it open? Damn it. I'm really feeling the generator. Or shield generator. I mean, obviously I'm feeling it. I don't have much of a choice. Okay. Still gotta kill the Wandering Vagrant. Probably something I should focus on a little bit more. Okay. Whoops. But yeah, I don't know. I just really like the AoE on this guy. Well, shit. Was I still only level 1? Okay, don't do that again. That was not worth it. I was just like, oh, hey, yeah, I can maybe do this. I'm kind of confident. I'm not. I feel like that should do a little bit less damage, but I realize that that's mainly just I was wildly underleveled, so I shouldn't have done that. I got hella close, though. For having nothing. I feel accomplished. Okay, this time let's grab 1 or 2 items first. Okay. Did we grab a use item? Good work. As far as things that are not terrible ideas, that's one of the okay-ish ones. Cross my fingers for the disposable missile launcher? Yeah. A little bit of extra something or other that I can work with. Anything else? Wow, those missiles took a while to land. I'm not actually sure if they hit a whole lot. Unfortunately. Well, guess who's getting bombs today? Okay, one more item, then we can probably hit the teleporter. Maybe this one back here? Oh, this is one of the questionably higher tier ones. I like the idea of these specialized chests. They just never actually feel like they're worth the extra price. It's not like it's that terrible. Sticky Bomb likes you. I like Sticky Bomb too. Sticky Bomb is one of those items that like is actually pretty good. Well, is actually absolutely amazing no matter how many of them you have. But if you get like a whole bunt load, yes. Oh man, I could go for a bunt cake. Oh, medkit's kind of nice. At the... Because technically we also could have gone to the Portland Greek Festival as well today, but we didn't get around to it because it was far away. It sucks a little bit because I really like Greek food. I like most food. Maybe it's one of those because it is something that I don't normally eat, but like I'm actually a huge fan of food from outside America more than, you know, just regular American food. I think it's because I just get so used to it. Didn't sticky bombs get nerfed? Oh. Well, ignore me then. Send that off. We could try Shrine of the Mountain. We'd have to forestall starting until I have a couple more items, though. Because if we end up with 2 Wandering Vagrants, I am bone zoned. And that's bad. Do we get this? Maybe if the gunner turret was closer to where we'd be fighting the boss. I'd say yeah. But yeah, so we've been having, like, Greek food lately. I mean, always Thai. Shell and I are big on Thai food. And today was so much sushi. And the interesting thing is, like, I don't actually regret it. Usually, like, I'll eat, like, a whole bunch of something and be like, man, that was kind of gross. I don't want to do that again. Sushi was like, oh yeah, that was pretty good. I would like more. Which is bad. I guess part of it is I don't like going to sushi restaurants because it tends to be more expensive. But I rather enjoy going onto the sushi conveyor things. Because you know exactly how much you're going to kind of end up getting. Nah. I'm going to go get the bigger chest. And then let's go hit the teleporter, because I've been here for far too long already. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's also one of those where I'm a little bit taken aback that I like sushi so much. And maybe part of this is my mother telling me over and over again when I was younger that I was a picky eater. I think it really just did boil down to I just only liked certain things. And she gave me only certain things, and I liked about half of them. And I still only like about half of them. I feel very validated in the fact that I don't like lettuce, because apparently I got that gene that makes it taste like soap. Like, it can handle certain types of lettuce, for sure. But other types, no. They're real gross. The other day, like a week or two ago. I don't know, it was a while back. We made, fajitas. Shell's pretty good at that. And, I might want to find, like, a safer location to fight these. Or just chuck that there so I can actually heal from it. But yeah, so Shell made fajitas, and it was good and tasty. At least mine was, but I also had mine without lettuce on it, and then Shell couldn't finish hers, so she gave it to me. And I started eating it, I'm like, my god, this just tastes like Dawn. It's just pure dish soap. And yeah, just the lettuce in it is just enough to, like, really set me off, and it's kind of sad, actually. I don't know if it's in the preparation or if, like, a specific type of salad or what. Because I've definitely had, like, salads and sandwiches and wraps and whatnot that have, like... Is it romaine? I wonder if it's romaine lettuce or something. But no, Shell tends to get iceberg. I don't know. But yeah, I used to eat a lot of salads when I was in college, especially when I was on, like, a huge fitness kick for a couple of years. I'd have, like, a salad, a black and blue salad, which admittedly is not the most healthy thing because it had, like, steak and blue cheese and whatnot. But yeah, that certainly didn't taste like, that certainly didn't taste at all like soap. So I don't really know. Gas station sushi is the best. No, man, conveyor belt sushi is the best. I also got to have unagi for once. Usually I have, like, unagi rolls. But today was the first time I ever had, like, straight up unagi, which is eel. I like me some eel. Feel pretty good. It's very tender. A lot of salmon and tuna, too. Which, like, honestly, I love salmon. I can do without tuna. Especially because I know, like, tuna fishing is kind of a dicey industry because they tend to overfish, like, drastically. Whereas, at least with with salmon, you can farm raise it. I'm pretty sure you can farm raise salmon from what I remember. See, I think they might tweak Rex after a while. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, doing okay on those guys. Tempted to try and heal off of that, but I think it's a bad move. Brother used to ask me if there was something wrong with him because he liked to roll the dice on Rest Stop Sushi. Yeah, honestly, I've actually just never had Rest Stop Sushi. We had pretty cheap sushi in college that you could buy, and it was like, I don't know, it was like $7 for 6 California rolls or something like that. My main thing is just like, it ends up being kind of overpriced. Like, that's what I like so much about the conveyor belt sushi today, because I straight up had, like, my unagi rolls. I got 2 of them. For, like, $5. And admittedly, well, my unagi rolls. No, just regular unagi, which, yeah, that's kind of fancy. And then I got California rolls for, like, $2. And that was, like, sharing it with Shell, which was... What is going on? Feels like this character is not finely tuned for the environment he's in. Why did I do this? Ow. Ah! Ah! Ow! See, wonder will you play Just Dance for us? Probably not. I don't have any kind of VR or, like... I have the space for it, but I just don't have the setup that I could record it. I could technically play Just Dance and tell you guys how it went, but that wouldn't be nearly as fun. Okay. I'm not finding nearly as many, chests as I thought I would. Anything interesting up here? One bad jellyfish. There we go. But yeah, I need to wildly retool my setup if I want to do Just Dance. And honestly, I'd rather do Beat Saber. Let's be honest here. That is by far the, that is by far the more interesting game. It's also one of those where it's like, I really do thrive off of, like, unknown and interesting indie games, and so stuff like Just Dance and, I mean, even Beat Saber doesn't really fit in my wheelhouse that well. I mean, obviously it'd be kind of an amusing thing to just load up as a gaff, but that is once I have nothing else that I want to play. And there's so many games I want to play. What the hell is that? What is that? Old guillotine. Oh. Instantly kill low health elite monsters. That's kind of rad. But I'd gladly get a Beat Saber set up someday. It's just the main problem is that actually takes some doing. Because effectively what I'd have to do is clear out my downstairs. Figure out how to actually record stuff in there. And then obviously, like, figure out how to fit a mic and not... I'm not going to say not wreck things, but... Well, yeah, actually, not wreck things. Right. I've got a double jump. I can't forget that. Let's see, I think Shell would join for Beat Saber. I think Shell would like Beat Saber more than I would. Like, Shell likes rhythm games to some degree. She likes singing, I guess. She's got way more rhythm than I ever do. Or will. I have no idea what Shell is saying. She's saying something from the other room. Oh yeah, she also likes lightsabers. She would, like, dance with them during 4th of July. I had totally forgotten about that little fact. I guess that's the real answer. Jill would probably just like it purely for the lightsabery business. Okay, anything back over here that's even remotely interesting? The answer is no. So they still made the Guitar Hero games. Yeah. I was only, like, moderately into them. I know Shell probably would have liked them quite a lot. I technically still have mine for the PS2, but, like, I'm 90% certain I wouldn't be able to get that going. Oh, there it is. I'll just pop it. I guess we can go pop it. I'm running kind of... Ooh, yeah, I am running real slow here. Am I? It's always kind of hard to tell. I do have more, like, aggressive items, though. So I don't feel as, like, weak. What? That's not where any of that... whatever. Doesn't matter. Not seeing anything cool or useful here. Except for this one chest. Shoot, I was going to grab it. Okay. This time we focus on killing the wandering vagrant, as opposed to getting weirdly distracted by it. Whoops. Ow. Well, that hit me, but it didn't hit me for nearly as much. Toss that there. Why? Jerkwad McGillicuddy really just loves exploding today. Again! Okay, well, good that time around. Get out of here, murder ball. No one likes you anyway. Let me see. And part of the other reason why I'm a little bit food focused is it's really easy for me to talk about food right now. Because, I don't know. What else was interesting today? Jill said I had a story that I could tell about something, but I've totally forgotten. I don't know. Always multiple things. But none of it seems that important in retrospect, though, which is unfortunate. It was cool going out today, though. I've probably talked about this a couple of times, but being a YouTuber is kind of an isolating experience, especially if you're, like, I guess if you're me. So, for actually, like, the past 4 years up until I moved here, for the most part, I almost, like, never went out. You know, I might, like, go out and do something with my folks, or hang out with, like, the odd group of friends. But for the most part, like, almost never actually went anywhere or did anything particularly major. Because just didn't know anybody and didn't have much of a reason. And so, a lot of decent chests up here. What we should probably do, seeing as I'm starting to get some enough movement tech, I think I'm gonna just head for the teleporter. Let's not go for the other one. I will die. It will be bad. Let's see. Yeah, they really nerfed the bronze bangle, the bronze brooch. There we go. That used to be a lot more useful. It's not terrible in its current incarnation, but it's not broken as all hell. Anyway. But yeah, I just didn't know a whole lot of people. You know, almost all of my friends in college went off to San Francisco or Seattle and, you know, got really, like, I'm gonna say, relatively high-powered tech jobs. And I worked at Nickelodeon for a little while, realized I didn't care for it that much. And then did YouTube kind of as a, here's something else that I can do with myself while I, like, try and figure out how to get a job. And then this just became my job, but you don't really meet a whole lot of, like, in real life streamers living in the suburbs of Boston. I'm actually not really sure what the streamer scene in Boston even is. Like, if there's much of one. I know a couple of streamers there, like the D-Pad, but that's about it. Let's see, am I doing multiplayer today? Maybe. I don't know. I could. I'm just not entirely sure if I'm, functional enough for it. Like, multiplayer always just feels like an extra layer of stress? Something. Okay, so I've got a decent chunk of money. Hope I can get a couple more fuel cells on this run. I really enjoyed that one run where I just had, like, infinite rockets for no good reason. That was cool. Maybe a bit broken, but I liked it. Let's see, do I have a dagger? No, I don't have a tri-tip dagger yet. Yeah, I'm in food coma mode. Well, beer coma mode? Went out drinking for the whole day, and so I'm still kind of recovering from that in some way. And it's like, I don't want to hold people back because I'm playing dumb. But I'm like, I'm doing okay, so maybe it's not so bad? I don't know. I guess just when I'm not feeling well, it's easier for me to play solo because I don't have to think about it. I can just kind of talk about stuff. Anyway, so, isolating experience, YouTube, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so, didn't really have a whole lot of, like, local friends to do anything with, so being here has been kind of this, like, weird freeing experience of just like, hey, there's actually, like, other streamers and stuff. Maybe none of them do what I do, but it's still kind of fun to talk about. Because I certainly got a lot of blank stares talking to people in Kansas being like, man, I'm really looking forward to Hollow Knight. Or like, I mean, even kind of in the same vein. Well, no, it's weird. I've actually had this odd experience living here where, like, half the time I'll be out and about with just, like, a random gamer paraphernalia shirt on because that's just what I do. Oh, no, the boss ain't dead. He's just hanging out back there. But I'll be out and about and somebody will be like, dude, nice Shovel Knight shirt. And I'll be like, huh, I'm surprised somebody recognized that. Or conversely, I was out today and somebody was like, dude, that's a nice shirt. What band is it from? And I'm like, Bastion. And he's like, cool, I'll look it up later. And I'm like, oh, he's in for a weird surprise. Or maybe I've enlightened this man. I have no idea. Can't tell the difference between semi-drunk Wander and sober Wander. Oh no, it's been long enough that there's probably not a whole lot of alcohol left. I didn't really drink too much. I mean, I did. It was enough that I could feel it, for sure. Shell seemed to do fine, but maybe she's just more of a heavyweight than I am. Okay, he's dead. We get another Uke, which we actually had lost previously. This is Hangover Wander? Hangover, I mean, really, just hangovers are just being dehydrated after the fact, but I am well hydrated. So part of it is going into the International Beer Festival. They're like, no outside drinks. So I couldn't bring in the vitamin water I'd bought earlier. So I had to guzzle the whole thing before going in. So I was already sloshing around because I'd had like a cup and a half of water at the sushi place. And then I had yeah, a cup and a half of water at the sushi place. Half of vitamin water, and then I proceeded to drink just like a ton of cider. So, I don't feel hungover, but then again, I don't do hangovers that much. I do have a headache, but that's just because I get headaches when I go out too much. I'm too much of a soft boy now that I, you know, sit around at home all day. Bar, energy drinks. Is there anything else up here? Yes, there was. This is probably the last item. And if it's not, whatever, it doesn't matter that much. Drop that. Grab you, doesn't seem like I've got too much. Okay, yeah, people actually talk to you for your shirt. Guess people don't really try and talk around here. Yeah, I've actually had quite a lot of people talk to me about my shirts in Portland, which surprised me a little bit because, yeah, it's just like random gamer merch, but people seem legitimately interested, or at least friendly enough to talk about it. There are a couple of oddballs that I've run into for sure. Very specifically, one of the first times we went to Fred Meyer, which is the grocery store around here, I walked in and we were just walking around and some guy noticed that I was wearing probably a Hollow Knight shirt or something, and he recognized it. And then started talking to me about Magic the Gathering for whatever reason. And then he started, like, weird flexing about how good his, like, super expensive deck is. And, like, challenged me to a match, and I'm like, dude, I haven't bought, like, a booster pack for Magic in years. Like, there's no way I could compete with somebody. And he's like, no, it's fine. You know, I'll show you the ropes or blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, maybe we could do a draft or something like that. And I'm just like, I know people that play Magic a lot. And, like, there's no way I could compete with that kind of person. And, yeah, he also had no idea who I was. I was just some random stranger in a grocery store, and, yep, he just struck up a conversation. Which, like, on one hand, is kind of cool, because it's like, yeah, sure, why not? I don't mind talking to random strangers. On the other hand, challenging them to a Magic, game of Magic is straight out of Yu-Gi-Oh! and a little odd. Okay, so we've got a couple of greens over here. Let's see if any of them are interesting. Let's see, do we have the scythe yet? No. We should probably grab the scythe. Not to say I'm necessarily against playing Magic the Gathering again, but what I'd like to do is almost just do like a draft or something where I just like invite a bunch of friends over and I'm like, hey, let's play Magic for like an evening. I'll set up the camera and we'll do some kind of like weird dumb mock tourney just because we can. I'm dying. These Lemurians are rolling me. Ugh. Be straight out of Pokemon. I like your shirt. Let's battle. You know what? I think I've heard that before. I feel underpowered. Probably not that underpowered, but it feels like it. Might have to do with where I am on the run difficulty-wise and some other things. Well, hi. I guess I'm up here now. Like there's really anything interesting around here. Flex a bit. Yeah, conversely, I had been like, where were we? I guess it was like 2 weeks ago. We were at the Portland Broadcaster meetup, and this is also like the same day as Pride Day around here. And I had like 2 or 3 people shout from like the other end of the TriMet train I was on, like, nice Hollow Knight shirt, and I was just like, what? I don't know, I'm just not used to being recognized. Someday somebody's probably gonna be like, dude, Wanderbot, and I'm gonna be like, shit, they found me. That's gonna be an odd feeling. It's happened a couple of times at conventions, but like, I'm kind of prepped for that. Real life, though. Not at all related, but every once in a while I think about, like, YouTubing and some other things, and oh, that's a drone if I want to go for one. I could? I already got that one open. But yeah, when I was originally starting to, like, move towards moving out of my parents' house and so on and so forth, my parents, I think to some degree, my dad grew up in an environment where, like, his family was all about get-rich-quick schemes. And most of it was comparatively pretty, like, benign, not, like, overwhelmingly wasteful stuff. But every once in a while, you, like, one of his relatives would come up with something kind of insane. Like, pickle farming. Not cucumber farming, but, like, trying to actually just farm pickles, which made no sense. But, you know what? That was kind of something they tried to do for whatever reason. Don't ask me why. My grandfather was insane. My grandfather also had, like, a serious gambling issue and some other things. So it was always kind of one of those where it's just like, how do we make a quick buck so we can gamble more? And it's like, what are you doing? Hi. No. Well, we get a disposable missile launcher. To go with my disposable Michelin launcher. Okay, Imp Overlord. I can work with that. Let's see. But yeah, so my dad every once in a while has, like, moments where he just does, like, weird get-rich-quick schemes. And he's not going to commit to them because he doesn't need to. You know, he's a semi-famous geneticist, I guess? Ooh, ow! I think I just took a full salvo there. I still don't have a whole lot of speed, unfortunately. There's a lot of just bad goons. Max HP ain't great either. I keep hoping we can get an infusion or something. But yeah, so one of my dad's like last get rich quick schemes, and there have been a couple that I've like totally forgotten. Maybe I should write them down someday, just so I can laugh about them later. But the one that always sticks out to me is that I should put together some kind of semi-public recording studio and like let people come do Let's Plays with me as like a birthday thing. And God, it just felt weirdly uncomfortable to even like conceive of that, because it made me feel like a weird clown. You know, like clowns do birthday parties and stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that necessarily. Though I'm not entirely sure if that's at all in vogue anymore. I'm pretty sure that clowning is a... Clowning is not exactly a super popular thing anymore, but I could be wrong. Let's see. But he was like very vehement about how this would be this like great idea, and I could like charge like X amount of money to just have somebody like sit next to me and play video games, like on mic and so on and so forth. And I'm like, that is nothing but destined to failure. Not to mention like probably really expensive, because I'm pretty sure like half of you guys would probably, you know, maybe people would tune in on like a novelty to a YouTube episode where I'm just playing. Oh God. God damn it. I beat it. I beat everything, and then I got burned to death because I touched a smidge of fire.